Thank you all so much for the handful of folks that are here and everybody tuning in. We are on Facebook as usual. You may be watching us on YouTube, which is a new technical achievement that we invite you to watch us fail at miserably. So just fill the comments up. We love it because it's bound to happen, but Facebook should be solid. But this is the Martha Bassett Show. This is the 6th episode in our season this year. We have one more to go. Tonight we are just thrilled. We've had a blast putting this show together with Violet Bell and Chatham Rabbits, two of the finest groups that you're going to hear in this state, and just delightful, fun people. We've had a wonderful time. I'm going to hand this over to our fearless leader, Martha.
Thank you, everybody, for tuning in, and the few of you who are here, and our great musicians. I would like to introduce to you Lizzie Ross, Omar Ruiz Lopez, and Sinclair Palmer. And they are Violet Bell. Will you please share your music with us?
Yes, thank y'all for having us. And this is a tune called Last Chance, and it's a song about living in the present even when there are so many uncertainties facing us. 1, 2, 3. This may be my last chance to love. I'll steep the tea and butter your crust. All the light is purple in the morning. Through the kitchen window I'll do the washing. This may be my last chance to love, my last chance, oh yeah. Walk with me down the aisle of pines. Choir is singing all in its own time, yeah. Cardinal and thrush, they know the seasons and they're never in a rush. They're chasing freedom. This may be my last chance to love, my last chance, oh yeah. Crossing the creek if it gets too deep, fall in. You can warm your bones on the ancient stones. Born again, I'd lay out in the sun. We are never done, oh no, we are never done. Walk me home in the falling light. Watch our shadows melt into the night, yeah. Just before the darkness, everything is golden, and I don't need an answer. I have chosen. This may be my last chance. last chance.
you guys. That was beautiful.
Thank you. It's such a pleasure and strange feeling to play in a beautiful theater with an audience, a small but mighty audience. Yeah.
I know, and this room sounds so good.
Yeah, sound team. Thank you guys.
Yeah. Very nice. Well, I want to talk to each one of you and all of you and ask you, first of all, where are you from? Let's start with Sinclair. Where are you from?
I was born in Durham, and I spent most of my childhood years in Raleigh, but ended up at UNCG, and then UNC Chapel Hill, and now I am in Durham.
Full circle.
Yeah, basically.
How about you, Lizzie?
I was born in Annapolis in Maryland, and I lived there my whole life until I came to UNC, and North Carolina just like sucked me up. And now I live in Chapel Hillsboro, just north of Chapel Hill and just south of Hillsboro, off Old 86, and I love it so much.
I understand you went off to Nashville for a while before coming back here.
I did, yeah. For a spell, folks were telling me things like, they were telling me I should go to Nashville and write songs and like compete on, TV shows and stuff, and I just didn't. I got to Nashville and I was just too weird for Nashville. I came back to North Carolina, and there's just so much community, and there's so much beautiful music that is rooted really deeply in this community, in this area, which Nashville has too, but I'm really glad to be back in the old North State.
Yeah, there's nothing wrong with the music community here. I mean, we have such a variety.
Yeah, it's so eclectic.
Yeah, it really is. It really is.
Yeah.
And just so many great musicians have come from here or landed here, so I totally get it.
It's still got deep ties in Nashville,
Yeah, great town, great town. Omar, tell us about you. Where did you come from?
Well, I was born in Panama and raised in Puerto Rico, and then I moved to the States.
You said you were 14 when you moved to the States?
Yeah, 20 years ago, and Florida's where I landed, but it couldn't hold me for long. I moved here 10 years ago, and that was one of the best moves I ever made, was to learn bluegrass and old time and incorporate that into the music I started to create. And that's where I met Lizzie. It was 4 years ago. After she came back from Nashville, we started playing together, and it was magical. And
it is magical.
Yeah.
Well, you're a multi-instrumentalist. I mean, tonight you're playing guitar, violin, and mandolin, am I right?
Yeah, we couldn't fit the cello in the car.
Couldn't fit the cello in the car.
Or the viola.
Well, we could fit the bass in the car, though. So,
once the bass goes in,
but
nothing else fits.
not the speaker for the cabs.
Right. Oh. Well, thank you for being here. Can you please play us some more music?
Yes, we'll be playing, for our upcoming release, we're working on a suite of tunes based around the legend of the Selkie. Those of you in the audience, raise your hand if you've heard of the Selkie legend before. You got one? Okay. Well, it is the legend of the Selkie is a myth found throughout cultures and histories across the world, from Ireland and Scotland to Japan and China. And the Selkie is a mythical creature that can take off its skin, and it's like a mermaid that can take off its skin and walk on land for one day a year.
So our story begins with a very lonely fisherman. He's out on the water and he hears this strange music. And a fog falls. It's night and he should be heading home. But something is pulling him in the direction of that strange music. So he follows it. And he paddles forward and sees this shape rising out of the mist. It's a huge rock in the middle of the ocean. And on this rock, there are bodies swaying. And they're singing. And this is a night, it's a cold night. And he realizes with a shock that these singing bodies are also naked. And he thinks back to stories his mother told him when he was little about the selkie, a seal that could take off its skin and become human. And how if you got the selkie's skin when it wasn't wearing it, you would become the master of the selkie. And so, the fisherman laid in wait. All night while the selkies danced, he hid on the big side of that rock. As one by one they zipped up their skins and they went back into the water. Until there was only one left. And he had snatched her skin. So that night, they made a deal. She would come live with him on land for 7 years. And at the end of 7 years, he would give her back her skin and let her go back to the sea.
Walk to the water while you're asleep. Put on my skin and go back to the sea. Me and my mother, lovely and deep, taking me in back to the sea. Monster man, one or the other, captive or free. Give me my skin and I'm back to the sea. Child, do you think that you know where you come from and where you might go? If you want, I can show you. Let me show So the fisherman and the selkie lived together on land for 7 years. And it was about time for the fisherman to return the selkie's skin to her. But he had a secret. The very night that he had kidnapped her from the sea, he had tied that skin as tight as he could to the biggest boulder he could push, and pushed it off of the tallest cliff he could find into the thrashing waves. Because he didn't really ever want her to go away. He had been so lonely before, and he was so scared to be lonely again. But it was bad news. Her hair was falling out in big chunks, and her skin was flaking off, and it was pretty clear that if she didn't get back to the sea, she was going to dry up and die in just a matter of time. And in those 7 years, the fisherman and the Selkie had made amends and had gotten close enough, got along well enough to have a daughter. And she was little. She was probably 5 years old, just lying in bed. It was the evening. She had just been put to sleep. And she was wearing her little white nightdress, staring at the ceiling the way kids do. And she heard this sound. And she didn't know what it was, but she knew that she wanted to find out more. So, almost without realizing it, she got up. She put her little bare feet on the door floor of the cottage, and she walked all the way out of the cottage, down the path, and down to the water, where she found this shimmering pool of what looked like something magical and silver. And again, she didn't know what it was, but she knew that she loved it. So she picked it up, and she took it home, and the first thing she did was find her mom, who was obviously freaked out looking for her. And she had in her hands this strange treasure from the sea, and you know what it was. It was the seal skin. So, the Selkie had a choice to make. She could stay on land with her child and die, or she could go back to the sea, but she couldn't take her daughter with her. And she did what she had to do, and left behind this strange halfling child, half Selkie, half human, who didn't know what she was. All she knew was that she was a little bit different. Fisherman's daughter.
hearts were made to wonder. From the first time that I saw her, I fell in love with the fisherman's daughter. I fell in love with the fisherman's daughter.
Part by Explore Elkin, your one-stop travel source for the Yadkin Valley and beyond. If you're looking for hometown charm, historic landmarks, Main Street shopping, and fine dining, come stay a while in downtown Elkin. Elkin is a small town with a big community, and there are plenty of outdoor events for your fall enjoyment. So whether it's music, wineries, hiking, or just paddling the Blue Water Trail, let Explore Elkin help you find your trail. Now, let's get back to the show with Martha and a very seasonally appropriate song, correct?
Correct. The temperatures have been dropping and the leaves have been falling from the trees, so I would like to sing you a song called Les Feuilles Mortes, which means the dead leaves. And it was written by Hungarian-French composer Joseph Kosma, with original lyrics by Jacques Prévert. But English lyrics were later written by Johnny Mercer, and it is called Autumn Leaves. The falling leaves drift by my window, the autumn leaves of red and gold. I see your lips, the summer kisses, the sunburned hands I used to hold. When you went away, the days grew long, but still I hear a winter song. But I miss you most of all, my darling, when autumn leaves start to fall. C'est une chanson qui nous ressemble. Toi tu m'aimais et je t'aimais. Nous vivions tous les dieux ensemble. Toi qui m'aimais, moi qui t'aimais. Mais la vie sépare ceux qui s'aiment tout doucement, sans faire de bruit. Et la mer efface sur le sable, les pas des amants désignés. Thank you. Thank you, Omar. Welcome back, Violet Bell. I loved the last two songs. I just felt like I was carried into this other world. Thank you for that.
Oh, yay! It's nice to have a portal lately, isn't it? That was a beautiful tune you all just played. Thank you for that.
So your next song is called Meet Me in the Garden, correct?
Yes, it is. And it's a song that was inspired when I was living with some people who were really beloved to me, and we had a disagreement. And it's a song about finding a way forward through disagreements. And it's been it's been a real comfort in this time. You know, no matter what side of the spectrum we're on, we're still here together and figuring out how do we work together through times like this.
That's beautiful.
says it knows where I belong if I come down. Meet me in the garden, midnight at the fountain. I'm leaving in the morning, going up the mountain, older than the winter, buried like a splinter. Only love can win. Only love. Meet me in the garden, midnight at the fountain. I'm leaving in the morning, going up the mountain, older than the winter, buried like a splinter. Only love can win. Only love.
We are proud to have Wake Forest Baptist Health as the exclusive healthcare sponsor of the Martha Bassett Show. Through every stage and at every age, Wake Forest Baptist Health is here for you and your family, supporting life, health, and well-being. With more than 300 primary care and specialty locations throughout the region, and a world-class team providing comprehensive care in cancer, orthopedics, cardiovascular health, and more, they're here to serve you. More at wakehealth.edu. Wake Forest Baptist Health. Care for life.
Violet Bell, folks. You have such a unique sound, and I hear such eclectic influences, and I'd love for you to speak a little bit about your various influences. Sinclair, I know you studied jazz.
Yes. So I did get an undergraduate degree in jazz-based performance at UNC Greensboro. And while I was there, I had a really great run of playing in a bunch of different like local salsa bands, which was really fun.
Cool.
And then soon after, or toward the end of undergrad, I joined this Afro-Brazilian samba reggae band called Batuque. And yeah.
That sounds
I
so much
basically
fun.
just say yes to up till this point.
That's fantastic.
It's been good, very good.
Well, Omar, I know you have a lot of Latin influences too. You were telling me the other day about your parents' record collection.
Oh my gosh, it was the salsa greats like Willie Colon and Hector Lavoe and Fania All Stars. Anybody? So Hector Lavoe, you know, Aguanile, but I'm not gonna do it. But then also like Elvis and Frank Sinatra and the Beatles. The Beatles. My first song I learned on guitar was "Let It Be," but in the wrong key. I think because my dad thought it was easier for me to learn it for my fingers. But yeah, and now like bluegrass and old time are like definitely I think it's beautiful to be in a country where, it's there's this giant mixing pot that is America, of like African, Caribbean, Central and South American, European, Far East. Like there's all this beauty that makes up the diverse tapestry that is America. So I'm just here to soak it all up.
And add to the stew.
Yeah.
Amen.
And Lizzie.
I grew up in Annapolis in Maryland, they call it a drinking town with a sailing problem. And so my experience there, I only lived there till I was 18, but it was probably pretty hard to get a gig that wasn't a Jimmy Buffett cover gig. And Jimmy Buffett's great, but it's just not that kind of music we make. So I grew up with, my folks listened to a lot of, Neil Young and Joni Mitchell and songwriters like that. And my mom loved the Stones, and we would just crank up John Spencer Blues Explosion on a Saturday and like clean all day. And Olu Dara. And, so it's, again, I'm coming from a really eclectic angle. And one of the really cool things about coming to North Carolina, I know Omar and I have both talked about this. He came from being born in Panama, raised in Puerto Rico, going to Florida to study classical music, and then coming to North Carolina to become immersed in bluegrass and old-time traditions, and then like the beast that is Americana that comes out of that. Like, what is Americana?
Good question.
Yeah, and so together we kind of dance with that question, and we find this area of North Carolina to be such a beautiful place to be rooted in the traditions that are so strong here. Like, I encountered bluegrass and old time and community music for the first time when I came to North Carolina. And it's a beautiful place to grow from with all of these other influences, R&B and Latin influences, and stuff you can hear in our music, especially when we play with the full band. So we're just another weird Americana band.
Well, I wouldn't say that. You're
thanks.
Quite more than that.
Undersill. Yeah.
But I love the beautiful mixture of all your music together, and I love your songwriting. So thank you for that. What have you been doing this year? I love to ask all of the artists who come on the show this question because the stories are so interesting.
Oh yeah, we definitely have been doing the requisite amount of making and eating bread. And gardening, lots of gardening.
I couldn't fit into these pants.
I think you look great, honey.
3 or 4 months ago.
We got a stationary bike. Yeah. Lots of walking in the woods, lots of getting grounded in a way that our life before didn't facilitate. Because when we were playing shows and traveling maybe 100 or 200 days a year, depending on what was going on, for several years. And so it was really scary at first. And it's obviously, it still is, but anyway. It's become easier to settle into the rhythm of daily life and to, we're so lucky, we're so privileged, there's so much for us to appreciate in the beauty of where we live. We're doing a lot of recording.
Oh yeah, so it's so funny, we spent the past 4 years playing 400 shows, and now, made us realize the importance of recorded output. So we are busy making recordings. You can find all that on our Patreon, patreon.com/VioletBell.
That's like a little corner of the internet where we sell or we share works in progress. We share songs that aren't finished yet and they aren't ready for the whole world, but folks who are really interested in hearing the stories behind the songs and going behind the scenes, it's a safe place for us to share new stuff.
So that's where you can hear all our stuff first.
Yeah.
I want to say I love your merch page as well. You've got great T-shirts. You've got good stuff for sale.
Thank you.
So.
Yeah, we've got lots of vinyl. We've
And
got
vinyl,
lots of CDs and T-shirts, and And actually, you'll see the Chatham Rabbits will be playing later, and they have some sweet merch too.
Yes, they
Nice.
do.
Yeah. Yeah.
Do you have any special personal news that you want to share to the whole wide world?
Sure.
Oh yeah, that's what else we did.
This is how I spent my
what we
summer
did.
vacation.
I see where you're going, Martha. We went hiking in August because we needed to escape the heat. And also, I'd been planning something for a while. So we went to Shining, why don't you tell it? Why don't you tell it?
I like it when you. Well, we went to Shining Rock, which is a beautiful park. It's another North Carolinian gem. See what I did there? And we hiked for several days. We were out backpacking for 4 days, and Omar. We got to the summit of this beautiful mountain. It was like the summit of this hike. We had been like grinding up the side of mountain in the rain all day long, and we're looking out at this beautiful view, and Omar's like, come over here, and I'm like, no. Like, I'm standing here on top of this mountain. This is beautiful. Why are you trying to drag me away from it?
And I'm like, just do it. Just let's come over
And then
here.
he's like, look through these binoculars. And I'm like, honey, this is a macro view.
Like, just do it. Just do it. Just do it.
And then I looked through the binoculars, and then he was asking if I would marry him.
That's the short of it.
Yeah.
So, are you wearing it?
Yeah.
So that was, yeah.
Yeah.
That's beautiful. Congratulations.
Thank you.
To your lovebirds.
Thank you.
Your love comes through your music.
Yeah, I hope so.
Next time I'll look through the binocular setting without complaining.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Now I'm shy. Let's go. Let's do
Well,
it.
thank you for sharing that personal story.
Sure,
I
thank
do
you for
appreciate
asking.
that.
It's nice. We haven't really been able to celebrate or share it with people in the way that folks normally would, so it's nice to be able to share that story. Thank you all for hearing.
Absolutely, thank you.
Yeah.
Well, do you have another song for us?
We do have a song for you. This is a tune that I wrote this summer, just in the beginning of June, and I wrote it, of all places, in the shower. It's like the final frontier of where you can't take your phone until they make them really waterproof instead of just saying that they're waterproof. So I was just thinking about everything that had been happening, and I was thinking especially about George Floyd, and I was thinking about me as a white woman, having so little context and so little experience to understand how to be a positive force in the changes that need to happen. And so I wrote this song about wanting to start the conversation in my own self and wanting to understand how I could branch out into the world in that conversation with integrity and actually be of service.
In the rearview mirror, he leans in the window and he says, "Ma'am, you're free to go." And I can't say nothing. What do I know about suffering? When I send my baby out, I don't teach him to look down. Keep his hands where they can see. Pray that he'll come home to me. How many voices will it take? I won't wait for change to come. brave. I won't stay deaf and dumb. Open ears and open heart. Where I stand is where I start. Where I stand is next to you, and we're standing with the truth. That's my brother they're murdering. That's my sister they're hurting. Aren't we all God's children? And I can't say nothing.
That was so powerful. Thank you.
Thank you.
Well, I want to thank you for making the trip here today, being on the show.
Thank you for having us.
Absolutely.
What a pleasure it's been to make music with you and hear your music.
And we wanted to see our friends at Chatham Rabbits again for so long. They've been tearing it up, and we're just so happy to be here with them.
They have. I didn't realize that you guys knew each other. I should have known because you've spent some time in the Triangle as well, and it's a small music community, so.
I love their story of when they got married.
Oh, I'm going to ask it.
Okay.
It's couples night here at the Martha Bassett Show.
I mean, you too, right?
That's right.
Third wheel stabilizes, Sinclair.
Yeah, I'm just the third wheel.
No, that's a good thing. That's what I'm saying.
You keep them balanced.
Stabilizing force. Yeah.
I just witness it.
Sinclair, can I have those?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I want to say thank you again to everybody in our small but mighty audience, and to the wonderful sound team doing such a great job, and our audience online, all you invisible people. Thank you all for tuning in. This tune is a song that's obviously you'll recognize parts of old-time classic "I'll Fly Away," and it's a song that we were inspired to write looking at the beautiful night sky of North Carolina and thinking about our ancestors and thinking about the ones who come after us and what we want to do with what we've been given and what we want to leave behind.
stars are out tonight. Turn out the light, turn out the light. All the stars are out tonight. Look up, honey babe.
Thank you, Violet Bell.
Thank you so much, Martha, and everybody who made this happen. Sinclair Palmer, Omar Ruiz Lopez.
It's time for intermission here at the beautiful Reeves Theater. Give us about 10 minutes and we will be back with Chatham Rabbits.
Welcome back to the second half of the Martha Bassett Show. We're coming to you live from the Reeves Theater and Cafe in Elkin, North Carolina. If you have not been to Elkin, all we can say is it's a wonderful little town, and there's so many good things to do here. Please stop by. Even with all the COVID stuff going on, there are a lot of outdoor things, businesses you can support, outdoor dining, trails, hiking, and honestly, just to come through Elkin and look at the marquee of this amazing theater, you will understand why we are honored to call it the home of the Martha Bassett Show. If you are interested in supporting the show, you can go to marthabassettshow.com, and there are piles of buttons you can hit. And you just hit any of these buttons, and we have made it as effortless as humanly possible. You hit that button, and then you pretty much got to hit a couple other buttons. Hit a few, then the decimal point. That usually works better. And then we feel love. And so we would appreciate it if you could do that. All of the artists on our show, we're all not working as much. So any help you can give any of the artists that are on our show. If you enjoyed Violet Bell in the first half, check out some of that awesome merch that they have. Our next group also has awesome merch. So super cute stuff that everybody's making. We want to welcome to the stage our next group, and it has been such a thrill to work with these folks. Absolutely delightful, amazing music making. Will you please welcome to the stage Chatham Rabbits?
We write our names in the windows of the fog we made. Down Highway 62 with those cotton candy skies. It all came crashing down with those two little lines. A baby at 15 and I was anything but grown. And my wedding dress was blue when we married in the home of his family that I tried to please, while the call of my youth was a tugging at my sleeve. 'Cause time keeps turning still, old houses burning, others built, and I'll be old and blue. Well, those were the days when there's nothing more I dread than all the hallway looks and the way they turn their heads. So I left my school for that tobacco farm. I was picking weeds and weeding friends with a baby on my arm. 'Cause time keeps turning still, old houses burning, others built, and I'll be old and blue. If it happens to them, then I would take their side. I'd tell all of them that we turn the page. I let them live their life while I sit back and age. 'Cause time keeps turning still, old houses burning, others built, and I'll be locked up tight. How I loved my kids like a mother and a friend. How I was so young I had to grow up with them. Yeah, time keeps turning still. Old houses burning, others build. And I'll be old and blue. Yeah, I'll be old and blue. And I'll be old and blue. And I'll be old and blue. Thank you. Thank you so much.
Is that real applause I hear out
Oh
there?
my gosh. It's been a long time, y'all.
Let me introduce these folks by their real names. This is Sarah and Austin McCombie.
Yes, thank you.
Wow, you even pronounced the last name right.
That's amazing.
Well, you know, I didn't ask. I assumed
You
that
got
was...
it. You got it. A lot of people will add an extra, R,
We've got
L in there.
McCrombie.
We've
There's
been
no R in
McClombie.
McCrombie.
Yeah, so. But I thank you, Martha Bassett. Thank you.
Oh, well, these folks came all the way from Siler City and live in Chatham County.
That's right.
So will you tell me a little bit about where the name Chatham Rabbits comes from?
Sure. Yes, just like Martha said, we are from the bustling metropolis of Siler City, North Carolina. And our name Chatham Rabbits came to us when we used to live in a different part of Chatham County. We lived in a small mill village called Bynum. And back in the early 20th century, there was a very eclectic and well-known within the town a string band called the Chatham Rabbits String Band.
Their claim to fame was that they opened for Bill Monroe one time in Raleigh.
Yes, back in, I think, in the early 50s. And the Chatham Rabbits String Band they were named Chatham Rabbits because back in the same time period in the early 1900s, the Chatham County was known for its meat rabbits. And so it was the meat rabbit capital of the USA.
If you Google our name, you may find a recipe. We're still fighting with Google over that one. So.
Yes, it's a real dish. If you Google Chatham Rabbits, it will be like 5 recipes for how to cook rabbit and then us.
We suggest you cook the rabbit and listen to our CD while you do so, which we have for sale on our website, chathamrabbits.com.
Austin's on a roll.
Have you thought about selling rabbits?
I mean, it really, it could
It's
be a
2020,
thing.
anything's possible.
Anything is possible to keep businesses afloat right now. So that is the quick story about how we became Chatham Rabbits. And now we live just a few miles from a famous crossroads in Chatham County called Rabbit Crossroads or Rabbit Crossing. And that's where young boys back in the 1900s would catch the rabbits and take them there to sell them to folks that would then, ship those rabbits to New York or Philadelphia, wherever fancy people were eating rabbit.
Wow, that's a great
So
story.
I don't think you were bargaining for all of that information.
No, I love it. I love a good story. Well, tell me where you are from originally, each of you.
I'm from Wilmington, North Carolina originally. Yeah, just grew up at the beach, but never quite fit in there. I was really more of a mountain person. But we settled right in between. It's amazing. We were on the way here. I was like, I can't believe how quick we got to the mountains.
Yeah, it's really nice.
And I always feel the same way when we drive to the beach. I mean, that's the coolest part about North Carolina.
It
I
is.
agree.
Literally 2 hours each way, and you're there.
Yeah, so Austin grew up in Wilmington. We moved to Chatham County, and I originally am from Alamance County in a little town called Graham, North Carolina. Mm-hmm. And we're just happy to still be in North Carolina, though. We love it here.
Oh. Well, Sarah, I saw you years ago with the South Carolina Broadcasters,
Yeah.
who's a great band that's been on this show. And,
That's a blast from the past.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, that was a really great experience. I played banjo with the South Carolina Broadcasters for a couple of years and sang with them, and it really was such a quick education in being a touring musician and like road life, and it taught me so much and gave me a deep appreciation for music that's from, areas like Elkin, where we are right now. Which, is this Surrey County where we are?
Is Elkin's okay?
Yes, but
Elkin,
we're
on the border there, right? Okay,
Uh-huh.
cool. Well, that's awesome. I love being up here in this neck of the woods.
So do I. So Austin, I read that you used to do electronic music.
Oh boy.
Tell me more about that.
Now everyone's judging me, right? Well, all I have to say about that is, when you meet somebody and you want to marry them, you have to make some changes. We all know who made more changes in this relationship.
Yeah, you do not see me playing a synthesizer.
I was in a band called Dash. It was an electronic, kind of like electronic pop band. And we used to play all over Raleigh, and it was really fun. And then I saw Sarah, and she had a banjo, and I was like, all right, I'm done with electronic music now.
There you have
Good
it.
choice.
That's right, Martha.
Our claim to fame was that we had a song that was in a Maybelline commercial. Ooh. So that was pretty cool.
That is cool. Do you have another song?
We sure do. We've got another original for you. This is a song that we chose for our latest album that came out on May 1st. Best time ever to release an album in 2020. And it's a song it's actually very appropriate for the pandemic times that we're living in. It's about community and how much harder it is when we live without it, and how it's just so important that we need people in our life. And Austin wrote this song for his little sister's wedding last year. It's called Oxen.
Right into the dusty town, find yourself a pair of oxen that will take you where I have called you to go on down the line. If you're tired, take some fruit from the vine. I have tasked you with more than you can bear. That's why you'll have to find a pair. Hitch them up and see how they pull. The yoke is easy, but the burden will be full. You find refuge. You find strength from the one beside you, helping to pull the weight. One day you'll be thankful for the grassy valley, clear bubbly water for you to take a drink. The beauty comes when the road gets rocky. The river rises and brings you to your knees. You find refuge. You find strength from the one beside you, helping to pull the weight. There's strength in numbers, we can share the load. Look over your shoulder, there you'll find your hope. Her eyes tell me there is no place we can't go. Jump in the wagon and head on down the road. You find refuge. You find strength from the one beside you.
The Martha Bassett Show is proud to partner with the Downtown Elkin Business Association, with its origins reaching back to 1933. The Downtown Elkin Business Association helps promote the many aspects that make Elkin, North Carolina, one of this state's premier Main Street communities. Tonight's food for the Martha Bassett Show team was provided by Southern on Main. It's Southern fare with artistic flair. They pair that with authentic Southern hospitality in historic downtown Elkin. Stop in and enjoy a dining experience meant to make you feel right at home. More at southernonmain.com. Now, let's get back to the show with Martha Bassett, Chatham Rabbits, and Omar Ruiz Lopez from Violet Bell. All those words. Welcome back. Take it off, y'all.
Let's give it up for Violet Bell one more time.
Yes.
Weren't they amazing?
Oh, man. All I want for Christmas is Lizzie Ross's voice. Am I right? Santa, if you're out there. We're going to get tuned up, y'all, and we're going to play a song, actually, that I wrote while I was touring with the South Carolina Broadcasters, and it's really a song about how myself and lots of women in my life were stretching themselves too thin and trying to they were just like candles burning at both ends, which is how I have lived nearly all 27 of my years.
Sarah is a yes person.
I have a really hard time. I have FOMO. I have fear of missing out. I do not like to turn down any invitation, but sometimes you have to, right? You got to take care of yourself. So this is a song about that.
This one's called Chattanooga.
Chattanooga, 'cause I thought I could hide. Then you chased me down the highway and I drove for my life, Lord, drove for my life, Lord, drove for my life. Well, I know my daddy lives there, but it's been a while since I seen his face and felt that crooked smile, Lord, crooked smile, Lord, crooked smile. So I moved 2 states over and a little to the right, to a city that don't sleep, so I could stay up all night. I'd stay up all night. I'd stay up all night. And when I think of all the places and the boys with whom I've been, it's no wonder I'm wearing a little thin, Lord, a little thin, Lord, a little thin. And as much as I like you and as hard as I try, the grass is always greener on the other side, Lord, other side, Lord, the other side. And then I moved to Surrey County 'cause I thought I could hide from the ones that I did wrong, and the one that took his life, Lord, the one that took his life, Lord, the one that took his life.
Omar for joining on that.
Chatham Rabbits has decided that we need a dobro player in our band full time.
Yes, that is really great.
Let's give it up for all of the band tonight.
Yeah, this is so fantastic, you guys. This has been so fun. It's been a while since we've gotten to do something like this.
Yeah, I get it. Everybody who comes on the show says that.
Yes, and a big sigh of understanding, and like we're, you know, the best thing though is we're all in the same boat. You know, we all get it, and it's like this collective understanding of, yeah, like we're just in it together, and we gotta just keep on keeping on. All right, y'all, we are going to do another tune for y'all, join with Martha and the band. And this is a song that, another song Austin wrote, in case you haven't caught on by now. Austin is really generating the songs these days.
That is not true.
Well, you know, we divide and conquer. I handle emails and people and...
People, mostly.
And Austin is the introvert in the relationship, and he likes to go sit in his deer stand in the woods and look for deer and write songs. And this is a song that came out of an early morning turkey
People
sit,
are like,
I think.
oh, you like to shoot deer? I'm like, no, I like to look at them. Just look.
This is a song about how much we enjoy each morning, and it just, even if we've had a nice bickering argument the night before, it's a good way to restart the day.
Yeah, we have coffee together every morning. That's like our thing. People say don't go to bed mad. Sometimes we go to bed mad, but we never have coffee mad. So, that's right. This one's called Clean Slate. Throw a line in the water, cut the glass on a stagnant July night. The air is thick, I pray to God that the bass will bite. I wanna hear the buzz of a spinning reel, like the thoughts running through my head. When I'm done, I'll walk the gravel home and meet you in our bed. Meet you in our bed. When I open the door, you'll holler at me. Take off your muddy boots. The sun will set, but I won't sleep, just waiting for the coffee to brew. Waiting for the coffee to brew. Mornings are the best part of the day, like innocent youthful glow. Nature's way of giving us a brand new clean slate. I might work on the truck that hasn't cranked in weeks, and pick up all my tools, laying in the shed I built last fall, back when the weather was cool. And there's a book I need to read, my grandma left me when she died. I'll sit on the porch in a rocking chair, crack it open and finally cry. Finally cry. Mornings are the best part of the day, like innocent youthful glow. Nature's way of giving us a brand new clean slate. Mornings are the best part of the day, like innocent youthful glow.
so much.
Gosh, this band is really awesome.
Thank you, guys. I love that song. Well, if you've been watching our virtual shows, you know that I share a bossa nova with you every show, and that has been my 2020 project, is to learn some bossa novas in Portuguese. And this one, I bet every one of the people here and everybody listening, everybody's going to know this song because it is the second most recorded song in the whole world after the Beatles' Yesterday. And it was written by Antonio Carlos Jobim in 1962 with lyrics by Vinicius G. Moraes. And this is Garota de Ipanema, which also means girl from Ipanema. Are we ready, guys? All right. Oh, 1, 2, 3, 4. Tall and tan and young and lovely, the girl from Ipanema goes walking, and when she passes, each one she passes goes, ah. When she walks, she's like a samba that swings so cool and sways so gentle that when she passes, each one she passes goes, ah, ah. But I watch her so sadly. How can I tell her I love her? Yes, I would give my heart gladly. But each day when she walks to the sea, she looks straight ahead, not at me. Tall and tan and young and lovely, the girl from Ipanema goes walking, and when she passes, I smile, but she doesn't see. Coisa mais linda, mais cheia de graça, ela, a menina que vem, que passa, num doce balança, caminho do mar. Moça do corpo dourado, do sol de Ipanema, o céu balançado é mais que um poema, é a coisa mais linda que eu já vi passar. Ah, porque estou tão sozinho. Ah, porque tudo é tão triste. Ah, a beleza que existe, a beleza que não é só minha, que também passa sozinha. Se ela soubesse que quando ela passa, o mundo sorrindo se enche de graça e fica mais lindo por causa do amor, por causa do amor, por causa do amor. Alex McKinney on the dobro.
The Martha Bassett Show comes to you from the Reeves Theater and Cafe, downtown Elkin's newly renovated landmark. Originally opened as an Art Deco movie theater in 1941, it was fully operational until 1973, and then restored and reopened in 2018. While you can't catch our live show at the theater just yet, you can watch our final live stream concert, which will feature Lynn Kuntz and Colin Allyered. Please join us. Now let's get back to the show with Martha. Real people!
I bet you guys have another song for us.
We sure do. We're going to play you a tune this actually was written by Lester Flatt and Earl Scruggs, and it is a song that we really wish we had thought of first had we been born in, 1964.
It's the only non-original song we've ever recorded.
We just love it, and
we actually had to write to the grandkids of Lester Flatt and Earl Scruggs to get permission for this tune. It's true. We had to write them a letter.
Yes, it was a cool experience, and it's a song that the more we play it and the more time moves on, it just becomes more and more relevant, and we pick up on more pieces in the song that we appreciate or that maybe others can relate to. It's a song called The Good Things Outweigh the Bad. I've been sitting here thinking back over my life and all of the good things, the trouble and strife, my share of heartache, all the many I've had, but I still think the good things outweigh the bad. Well, I rock my babies at night when they cry, I see their teardrops smiles, and that's when I realize all the bad luck I had, but I still think the good things outweigh the bad. Well, I never had riches or money to spare, just a sharecropper's wages was my only fare. Well, I'm making my living from working the land, but I still think the good things outweigh the bad. Well, I rock my baby when they cry, I see their teardrops turn into smiles, and that's when I realize all the bad luck I had, but I still think the good things outweigh the bad. Then pay the landlord nearly all that I made. Well, I've seen high water take all that I have, but I still think the good things outweigh the bad. Well, I rock my baby
still think the good things outweigh the bad.
Thanks, y'all. Thank you very much.
You're right, that song suits you. It's just perfect for you.
It's very appropriate for just
It's kind of become
just
our
life.
theme song since we quit our comfy jobs to play music for a living. There's a lot of really great times, but there's also some hard times, you know?
That's right.
This is one of the good times.
The good
though.
things
This
do
is a
outweigh
good
the
time.
bad.
Yeah, well, let's go into that story a little bit. It was like 2 years ago that you quit your jobs and decided to be full-time.
Yeah, it's been right about 2 years ago. I was a teacher at the Montessori School of Durham. I was teaching music there. And Austin was a financial advisor, and
Suit and tie every day.
he looked very different. He was not allowed to like have facial hair or wear like Western shirts to work.
Yep.
And so
Definitely
there's
not.
a sharp,
Again, you see who changed more for who, you know what I mean?
the theme continues. But yeah, we're just at this point. We bought a house. We graduated from college. We like did things we felt like we were supposed to do, and then we just still weren't feeling our potential was, being tapped into. And so we decided while we had that time in our life, we don't have kids, we've done these things, we're gonna take a risk and we're gonna try playing music for a living. And it has been the best decision that we've ever made, and we are so glad that we decided to do it. And it's just brought us in contact with so many interesting people, and we've gotten to do things and like have just random things that never would have otherwise happened had we had we stayed in our jobs. Not to say that we didn't enjoy those careers, because we truly did, and we were both really passionate about what we were doing. But yeah, we're so grateful that we've been doing this for 2 years now.
Yeah, I think a lot of people are really glad that you've taken that leap.
That's awesome.
So you told me that about a year ago or so, you bought a tour van.
Oh yes.
Tell me a little bit about that.
We can tell you about that, Martha. Back in early March, like March 6th, I think.
Unfortunately, it wasn't a year ago. It was March. It's like
Maybe.
buying a house in 2007. That's basically what we did with our tour van.
Yeah, we had a full schedule lined up, most bands, all bands I'm sure that you've had on the Martha Bassett Show. We had a full schedule, and we typically travel with a mandolin player and a bass player and a sound technician. And so we needed to get a bigger van. And so in early March of this year, Austin found a van for sale all the way in California, and it was a steal, and we needed it, or we thought we did at the time. So we flew out and met the guy selling the car out west. And this was, like I said, March 6th or 7th, something around there.
I think in the entire RDU airport, there was one person in a mask.
And we were like,
and
they're
were
weird.
Obviously the strange ones.
What are they
Everyone was
wearing a
like,
mask for?
Yeah, what's happening here?
And
they were the smart ones.
Exactly.
Let's just put it that way.
So we, on this trip out west, we were going to drive the tour van back across the country, and we had all these shows lined up in the American Southwest, and we're like, this is going to be so great, We didn't play. I think we played one show in Albuquerque, and then everything else was canceled.
So the entire trip, I kid you not, was sunny and gorgeous, except for one night in Santa Fe, New Mexico. Yep. And we got there really late, and we were sleeping in our van in a parking lot, but still before everything was canceled. And we woke up at like 2 a.m. I don't know if it was the time change or what, but it was raining, and it was like miserable outside, and our phone was like dinging off the hook with like everything was canceled.
Yes, every band is going to have like PTSD from us telling this story, but we can all relate to just like the emails coming in, like, we regret to inform you, blah, blah, blah. I'm like, oh my gosh, why did we buy this van? So
we went to
came
the closest
back home.
brewery. Oh.
Yeah. That too, we really did. We went to a brewery in Albuquerque or Santa Fe or somewhere in New Mexico, put our heads together, and we were like, we got to figure out a plan. So we did. After we came back with the van, we decided to do something called the Stay at Home Tour. And oh, y'all are really sweet. We've been playing shows on a trailer that's being pulled by this tour van.
Instead of doing the smart thing, which was not to buy anything else in 2020, we bought a trailer.
We went and bought a trailer, and Austin went on YouTube and learned how to install solar panels. And so we put solar panels on top of the van, and we have taken submissions from our fans around North Carolina, and we go to their neighborhoods and play for tips. And that's what we've done this summer, and we have done 89 neighborhoods now.
Wow.
Yes, so I can basically be a real estate agent at this point.
You might need to be.
Yeah, maybe we're going to sell rabbits, do real estate, and stay-at-home tours. It's going to be great, y'all.
I love how creative people come up with creative solutions for these places we find ourselves these days.
It's like if we didn't have, I wish the pandemic had never happened. It has been a very tragic thing for the whole world. But had we not been in this situation, we never would have been forced to think outside the box. And
I keep my suit and tie hanging in my closet, and I look at it every day. I'm like,
any
no, not today.
We will keep playing neighborhoods. So yeah, it's been an adventure, and yeah, we're just so grateful that we've still been able to keep working. And if anyone that's listening or watching live right now, if you would like to submit your neighborhood, you can go to chathamrabbits.com/submit-your-neighborhood. And we have a form there, and I read every single submission personally. And if it seems like I'd be a good fit for us, we would love to come to your neighborhood.
We're like a music food truck.
We're like a musical Jehovah's Witness. We're in your neighborhood, and you got to decide whether you want to come out and listen or not.
Yeah.
That's beautiful. Thank you for sharing that story.
Of course.
Would you share another song with us?
We
please?
would be happy to.
This was the perfect tee up because this song we're going to do is one that we wrote about quitting our jobs to play music for a living. It's our parents' favorite song. They always request this one. No, but the long version of why we wrote this is I was using the restroom at my parents' house, and
why do you always have to say that?
Because it's the truth. I've been listening to a lot of Brené Brown. She's big on vulnerability. So, anyways. So I was using the restroom at my parents' house, and there was a candle in the bathroom that has been there as long as I can remember, probably prior to me being born. And it's never been lit before. It's just in the bathroom. It's this beautiful candle. And I looked at the candle at the time, and I was like, you know what? I'm living like this candle, and so many people do. Because in order for a candle to be utilized, it has to be lit, and it gets messy, but that's literally what it's made for. And whether it's, quitting your job to play music for a living, which we don't necessarily recommend you do at this moment,
Please do not.
or, making sourdough bread for the first time, or having a garden, or whatever it might be, our goal is to just encourage people to do that one thing you've always wanted to try, because, even if you live to be 100, that goes by really fast. And so don't be like the unburned candle.
Don't be like that Bath & Body Works candle that don't ever get used.
This song's called Hinges.
Like an unburned candle, you're a piece of art. It's time to light the flame and let it melt your heart. What good is potential without a force to move? I promise not to hurt you, leave you black and blue. I wanna come to your house and track my dirt behind, so everybody knows that you are mine. Mud in the hallway, cobwebs on the door, means that we have time to make love even more. Let this old house fall to pieces, let the rain drip in the pan, let the dust settle on the heart pine floor, let the hinges creak at the door. We'll spend half our life sleeping in the dark. Make this whole world better. Be sure to leave your mark. Let's ride into the sunset. Leave the green behind. We can find more somewhere further on down the line. Let this old house fall to pieces. Let the rain drip in the pane. Let the dust settle on the hard pine floor. Let the hinges creak in the door. Don't move a muscle unless it's north to south. Say yes to me, darling. Kiss my dirty mouth. I promise I'll show you a world that's sure to please. Cut the ties that hold you back and feel the sweet release. Let this old house fall to pieces. Let the rain drip in the pan. Let the dust settle on the hard pine floor. Let the hinges creak in the door. Let this old house fall to pieces.
Thank you. Thank you so much for having us, Martha.
Thank you.
This has been super fun to get to play on a real live stage again. And I know Violet Bell feels the exact same way. We're just so thankful for the opportunity.
Let's give it up one more time for Violet Bell.
Woo-hoo! So, fun fact, when I was 15, I opened for Lizzie when she was a solo artist.
Back in the dark times.
In the dark times, pre-Omar, I was a solo artist. Lizzie was a solo artist, and I
Sarah
opened
went
for
by
her.
the name Sarah Honeybee.
Yeah, it was
I
really
believe,
cool
at
when
the
you were
time.
15 to be named after an insect. So,
It's still cool.
oh,
You were
thanks,
amazing
Lizzie
then,
Butterfly.
and you're amazing now. Yes.
You're so sweet. Well,
It's Lizzie Praying Mantis.
Oh, Lizzie Praying Mantis. I love it. It's really cool to be on stage again together.
Thank all of you for being with us tonight and gracing our audience with your beautiful music. And I am just going to go ahead and invite you back. I don't know exactly when, but please
Let's
come
do
back,
it.
both of you.
Thank you.
Well, and I want to thank all of you who are watching tonight, both in the room and in your living rooms. And we're going to end with a song that comes to us by way of Old Crow Medicine Show and David Rawlings. And we're going to have everybody jump in on this. Yes. A 1, 2, a 1, 2, 3. Deserts where they're wandering, hear them crying out for heaven's own benevolence upon them. Hear destructive power prevailing, I hear fools falsely hailing to the crooked wits of tyrants when they call. I hear them all, I hear them all, I hear them all. far beyond emancipators and the lowliest who gather in their stall. I hear them all, I hear them all, I hear them all.
Towers, I hear leaders quit their lying. I hear babies quit their crying. I hear soldiers quit their dying, one and all. I hear them all, I hear them all, I hear them all.
Noah's waterfall, see the gentle Lamb of Judah sleeping at the feet of Buddha, and the prophets from Elijah to the old Paiute Wavaka take their places at the table when they're called. I hear them all, I hear them all, I hear them all. I hear them all, I hear them all, I hear them all. I hear them all, I hear them all, I hear them all.
Yeah, big hand for Violet Bell, Chatham Rabbits, Martha Bassett, Alex McKinney back here.
And Pat Lawrence.
Thank you. We had Ben Singer and Eric DeLager doing the video. Doug Williams and Jeff Irving are doing the sound, and Nick Bassett managed everything else manageable under the sun. So thank you all for coming out. Take care.